All right, this is the step 4 video. So this is fulfillment of orders. Now you can fulfill orders either via the dashboard, which just has a summary of all orders that have come in, or via the fulfillment tab, which most people would do. So we'll use the fulfillment tab. And before I get into explaining the columns, I'll just explain the 4 tabs on the top here. So the all orders, as the name says, it shows any order, whether it's fulfilled or not fulfilled. Then if you click on the fulfill tab, that'll show any orders that have been fulfilled. Others in the unfulfilled tab show orders that haven't been fulfilled. And finally, the pending pickup tab is any orders that are ready for pickup that have been fulfilled. Just a summary of all orders. I'll get into that a little bit later as well. So as you can see here, you can show orders via 7 days, 14, 30 or 60 days. You can search as well via someone's name or, for example, like that, or even a town where you know that they're located, even a product name, for example, any products that have the name dog in them will only show up. So that just helps you find orders quickly if required, if you don't want to do them in order. Otherwise, the columns here, so you've got the order number, the date that the order was placed, the customer name, the status, as I mentioned earlier, fulfilled or not fulfilled, or fulfilled outside of the app as well. Tracking number, if the order's fulfilled, it'll update the tracking number, which also will be updated in Shopify orders for you instantly once it's fulfilled. You can click on that link to track orders also. And finally, the amount paid for the order, including shipping. If you find any orders haven't been brought into the app, which would happen very, very infrequently, but it could happen occasionally, just click on the refresh Shopify orders button here, and that'll send a call over to Shopify to just update the orders once again, and it'll bring in any that may not have come through for whatever reason. So that's how you do it. If you want to fulfill orders, you can, as I said, you can either do it for the unfulfilled tab or the all orders. I usually just use the all orders tab here. So you just click on one. And just before we get into that, I'll just show you at checkout basically what it looks like with shipping quotes. So this is an example of shipping quotes that are returned via our app at checkout. So from cheapest through the dearest. So it names the courier as well as the service for that courier. Just this bottom quote here that's showing as standard shipping. This is actually a Shopify quote that's been set up through Shopify shipping section in Shopify. Now, what we recommend is the app it does return quotes pretty much all the time, but there could be the odd occasion where the app might be down momentarily, or there could be an issue with latency or networks, which could prevent our app from returning shipping quotes. What you should do is just add in a backup rule in Shopify, in the shipping section in Shopify, which is this one here, and that will at least show then if our app doesn't return any quotes. So all these, the top 5 quotes here are quotes returned by SmartSend. This quote here is our Shopify shipping quote, and at least then the buyer can check out if you don't have a backup quote showing via Shopify. What will happen is it'll just return a message that says there's no quotes available, and the buyer will actually be stuck at checkout. So what we do recommend is just having that set up so it will show. You can just name it something like up to 10 days delivery, which I've done here, just so that people generally would be discouraged from choosing it unless it was the only quote shown, as I mentioned earlier. So that's just an example of what gets shown at checkout via our app. Now, if we go back to fulfillment, I'll just go through the different sections of the fulfillment screen. So obviously you've got the order number here. Then you've got the customer details, so their name and phone number, email address, their delivery address as well. Now, if there's a problem with the address, so the town or postcode is entered incorrectly, you can edit it here and update it, which there usually will be a message shown as well at fulfillment that tells you to fix that up. So that's just the checkout details entered by the buyer there. Now, step 2 is the basically what was ordered. So in this example, the customer bought this product, AB product, which is an 8 kilo variant. Now that's in the line items section. It shows the SKU code, the retail cost. Sorry, that's the wholesale cost, the retail cost here at $50. The one quantity of 8 kilos and the package type that you have set for that product in the products tab, the My Products tab of this app. It also shows the shipping service chosen, shipping cost they chose, the weight and GST and so on. So that's the line items. I'll get into custom packaging in a moment. If we scroll down, you can you get to the section where it shows the quote that was chosen by that buyer, which, as I mentioned earlier, $19.96 over here. That's this quote chosen. Now, if for whatever reason you want to change any variables for the quote, so you might want to add receipt of delivery, for example. You might want to, you can't in this example because the value's under $100, but you might want to add transport assurance otherwise. If you need to add a tail lift truck service, for example, you can change those and request new quotes, which can be done here. Then new quotes will appear and you can choose one of those new quotes. If you are happy to proceed, you can just go ahead and choose fulfill with this rate, and also you can change the pickup date to whatever you need within 2 weeks in advance. Just before we get into that, I'll just go back to custom packaging. So if, for example, you want to tell the app that you have a specific box or satchel or package type that you want to send this item in, you can do that via the custom packaging section. And these saved packages, I'll just get into that, they're in the My Packages tab here. So as you can see, those 3 boxes that we just saw show here, you can add new packages by adding new package there if required and save them. So if we go back to fulfillment and back to that order, we can okay, so you can, if required, say, okay, I'm going to send this in this medium box. You click on add save package, it'll appear. You can click save, and then you would scroll down and click on request quotes, and new quotes would appear down below. If you don't want to use that, you can also just tell the app that, okay, I've got a specific box or item I want to send this in. I want to send it in a satchel, and it's it's 10 kilos and it's 50 by 40 by 10 centimeters, for example. Click on save. Now the app will try and get a quote based on just that particular package. Click on request quotes here, and new quotes will appear down below that you can choose. So you can, it is flexible in that what you can do it at fulfillment can change. In this example, we'll just choose the line items product and just choose that particular quote that we had earlier. So we'll choose tomorrow, the following business day is the pickup date. Choose the 12 to 4 window, click on fulfill with this rate, and now that'll go off and fulfill that order in the system. Now the fulfillment time varies by carrier. Some can be a few seconds, some can be up to 30 seconds or more, depending on their systems and how long they take to book jobs. Now that's saying that it's booked. If we scroll down, we can have a look at the information. So we booked it with Couriers Please on this particular service at that price. Transit time for the delivery, the fulfillment date today, and then the collection date of what we chose for the driver to come and pick up the goods, the booking reference number, the tracking number, which you can click on that and track the goods via that link once the goods are picked up, the shipping label. If we click on that, you'll see the shipping label, which you can print and send that off to your dispatch area to print and stick on the goods. The service is chosen, so receipt of delivery was not chosen, and tail lift was not chosen also, and the package that you'll be sending this out in. So with the pending pickup tab, you'll use this to figure out what's going out each day. So just a great way to start off the day. You'll get a number of orders listed here, all with different pickup dates, all bunched together. You'll be able to see what's going out today, what's going out tomorrow, and so on. And you can generate shipping labels from here as well and print them off and stick them on the goods. So just a great tool to use just to see what's going out each day.